guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a review, and finally I'm so glad to have time to sit down and shoot this for you guys. So today I'm going to be talking about the Makeup Revolution Blushed Palette, this one right here, and it is in the shade Blushed Goddess. Now if I sound echoey or weird, it's because it's a Monday night at 11:50, and finally I have had the time and the quiet around me that I'm able to shoot this. So if I seem a little weird or tired, it's probably because I am, but I am going to try and give you a very comprehensive review of this product. I have been using it for a very long time, since the day I bought it. If you guys didn't see my last haul, I did haul this and a couple more Makeup Revolution palettes. So if you guys want a video on the best Makeup Revolution palettes, or generally a rundown of all the Makeup Revolution palettes that I own, eyes and face included, let me know in the comments below. It's just an idea that I've had, but if you guys are interested in watching it, only then I want to shoot it. So coming back to this palette retails for 1350, but Makeup Revolution, keeps getting sales 20-30% off all the time on Nykaa, which is where I got this. Now I don't remember how much I got this for anymore, or whether or not there was a sale at that time, but I do really enjoy it, and for 1350 bucks I think it is a decent price for this palette. Why I say that? Let's get into the nitty-gritties. This palette comes in a plastic case with a cover that is completely see-through. So the packaging is not pro by any stretch of the imagination. It's a very it's cheap. The packaging is cheap. I have to tell you that, because when I got the palette, it was already a little scratched up. Like, I don't know if you can tell, but it's quite scratched up, and these are not fingerprints, most of them. But the palette was sealed, and therefore I knew that it wasn't used or returned or whatever. It was a new palette, but it was scratched up, and since then it has gathered even more scratches just sitting there with the rest of the makeup in my vanity. So this is something that you guys want to keep in mind. If you're really finicky about things like that, this is not for you. This is very cheap packaging and pretty scratchy. However, the mechanism is pretty alright. It snaps shut just normally. Makes that very satisfactory noise. So it does that. It would have been nice to receive a mirror with this, just so that you could sit like this and do your makeup, because a mirror of this size would be pretty decent, but it doesn't. And personally I don't mind, because on my vanity, you can't see right now, but I have a pretty large old-fashioned three-way, dabba style mirror that kind of opens up. I have one of those, and I just use that, and I don't really mind. But when I am on the go, I would have liked a nice palette, a nice mirror to have come with this palette. Other than that, the case in itself is also plastic, and on the back right here you have all the details of the palette. So it comes with this sticker that gives you the MRP and things like that, all the information about the company. And then it also has this transparent sticker stuck on it that says Makeup Revolution London Blush Palette, Blushed Goddess. I don't know if I've already mentioned the name. It mentions the ingredients, the blush ingredients, the baked blush ingredients, and then it cautions you that it's only for adult use, only for external use, discontinue if rash, redness or itchiness occurs. It is designed and developed in London, UK, but it is manufactured in PRC, which is basically China. So this has been made in China. If that is something that bothers you guys, keep that in mind. Personally, I like the product, so it's okay. When you open to the actual goods inside, it comes with 4 matte blushes and 4 what they like to call baked blushes, which in my opinion are just straight up highlighters, and good highlighters at that. All 4 of these blushes are quite soft, decently pigmented, and quite blendable. They swatch alright, as you can see, and they apply pretty well as well. So I just insert the demo right now of me applying this. All I did was really go into this blush right here with my Real Techniques blush brush and apply it as I would usually on my cheeks. The blush that I decided to go into was combination, obviously, as you can see, and it is one of my favorite combinations to wear on the daily. I wear this to work and it applies decently, it blends well, it is not extremely pigmented that it becomes hard to handle, but at the same time it's not so light pigmented that nothing appears for hours upon hours. It's just right in my opinion. Personally, I prefer my blushes to be slightly satin finish, but unfortunately that is not the case with this. However, as far as matte blushes go, these are very good quality and you really get a bang for your buck. Moving on to the highlighters section, I use this highlight right here, as you can see, on a fan brush. My fan brush is from Forever 21, but don't go by the name Forever 21. It is a great fan brush. I really love applying my highlight with this. So as you can see, I went directly into the palette and applied it to my face, and just look how nice and blinding this highlighter is. It's so pretty. And again, just the same as the highlight, just the same as the blush, you get a decent variety when it comes to the highlights. A swatch of these highlighters. You can apply them wet or dry. I personally have not felt the need to apply them wet, but you can if you so wish. So you get 4 very distinct colors right here. The camera makes this one appear a little purplish, but it's actually a nice pink iridescent. This is true to color on camera. It's very gold and actually glittery. This is the most natural one. The last one is the most natural one right here. And this is the one, of course, that you've seen me apply, which has a slight champagne, slight pink shift to it. So they're all quite distinct from each other, and they work very well individually and they work very well layered one on top of the other. They also work pretty decently with just your fingers. As you can see right here, I did highlight my brow bone and I used my finger to do that because I had put all my other brushes away. But I'll tell you what, it did work out very well. And in a pinch, I can use these highlighters even on my cheeks with just my fingers, which is a very decent thing to do, to be able to do with your highlight. Now that the demo is out and done with, I do want to talk about the consistency and the general texture of these powders. They are powdery. I'll give you that. I have cleaned up my palette as much as I could. I kind of wiped away as much powder as I could. But when you do dip into this, it does have a kick up of powder. That's not a bad thing in my opinion, especially since it doesn't do that subculture thing where you just keep going in with the brush and everything just keeps falling apart. It doesn't really do that. It has some kickback, but it's not too bad. And the thing about kickback is the more powdery your product is, the easier it is to blend. This is not too powdery, this is not too stiff, it's just right. And I can appreciate that about this product. That's just the blushes that I'm talking about. The highlighters are slightly more powdery than the blushes, in my opinion, but you can kind of expect that with what they claim to be baked products. Whatever they are, they're great. They're powdery, but they blend well and they blind very well. I approve of this product. You get a variety. You get blushes and highlights. I've really wanted to invest in a lot of blushes because I felt like I don't have enough variety. But I'm glad I bought this palette because it gives me everything that my heart desires, except a satin blush. But you know what? On that note, I do want to tell you guys that these blushes can be layered with the highlights, or what they like to call baked blushes. Yep, what they like to call baked blushes. Both of these can be, layered one on top of the other, and it gives you a decent, very comfortable satin blush experience, which is something that I really do enjoy. Just for this video, I chose to go matte with my blush and sparkly with my highlight. But you can do that if you so choose. I in fact do that for when I'm getting ready for work. I have not been able to put this palette down since I've purchased it, and the first time I used it because I was so mind-blowingly amazed by this. It was amazing. I think it's going to feature in my favorites video for the month of August because it really has given me a great bang for my buck. I mean, I got a lot of use out of it already. I have used it almost every day that I've worn my makeup. Like every day I've worn makeup, I have used this palette for both blush and highlight. It has kind of pushed my Wet n Wild Color Icon ombre blushes and my hard candy highlighter in Tiki. All of that, it has kind of pushed it back, and this has come in the forefront. It's so easy. However, I do want to talk about one major con. I did travel to Delhi earlier this month and I decided to take this with me. But aside from the fact that I hardly ever wear makeup when I'm with my family and at home because I want to just relax and I don't really want to go out that much. Other than that, this is not a travel friendly palette. I mean, if I'm traveling just for the weekend like I did this time, I don't want to take so much bulk with me. I took this with me just to kind of try it out over the weekend if I got a chance, maybe film if I got the chance. Just so happens that I didn't. But this was bulky and uncomfortable to carry. And when I reached home, I really did pray to the makeup gods that when I open my suitcase, none of anything is broken, especially this. It got scratched up a little extra in the travel, but nothing else happened. However, this is not a travel friendly palette. I would much rather take a single blush, a single highlight, a single bronzer, this, that and the other. So other than the travel aspect of it, I think it's a great palette. I think it's something that you guys can buy, and it has a color for almost all skin types. With that, I think that is my review. I give this a big thumbs up. In fact, I give this 2 thumbs ups because Makeup Revolution has blown my mind completely. I love this product. My past bad experiences with Makeup Revolution, especially with some of the matte shades in eyeshadow palettes, oh god, so bad. But I know that they know how to do a matte formula right, and I can appreciate that. So guys, go ahead, give them some love, show them some love. Buy this palette if you are looking for a lot of versatile blush selections. And yeah, that's my review. You can go ahead and give this some love. With that, I conclude my review. I really hope you found this useful. If you did, go ahead and give me a big thumbs up, and if you didn't, go ahead and give me a thumbs down. I appreciate whatever feedback you can give me, because the more feedback you give me, the better I can make this experience of sharing information for myself and for you. Also, go ahead and follow me on all of my social media, which is my Snapchat, my Instagram, my Twitter, and my face. Speaking about social media, recently I met a lovely subscriber in Shilparamam in Hyderabad when I went visiting and shopping with my friends, and it was such a surreal and loving experience. She was so beautiful and so sweet when she came up to me and talked to me. Anyone, you guys, if you ever see me anywhere in Hyderabad or when I'm visiting Delhi, just pop up, say hi. I want a selfie with you guys, because everything that I do here, everything that I have made for myself, every little video, every little idea that I have, it goes out to you. It goes out to everything, every little bit of support that you guys have provided me. And I am a huge fan of you guys. So if you see me anywhere and you recognize me, that girl from Makeup Mischief, it's me. I'm Arushi, and I do want a photo with you. And for those of you who do come up to me, I would like to create this Instagram series when I take a few photos of you, I get to know something about you, ask you some questions, and make a post about you. Because YouTube is not about the creator as much as it is about you guys who are watching us. So with that, I bid you guys adieu. I hope to see you in all of my other social media, and I hope to interact with you soon. Whatever you have to say about this, put it down in the comments below. All the details of all the makeup that I'm wearing, basically the products that I've used, will be listed in the description box for anyone who's interested. And yeah, that's all for today. I will see you in my next one. Bye!